You know, when you look up at the night sky, have you ever thought about what might be looking back? Well, we're about to dive into a story about a tiny insect that doesn't just, see the stars. It actually uses our entire galaxy as a map. Seriously. It's this incredible, mind-blowing story about a cosmic connection, but on this really, really tiny scale. This quote, it just nails the whole idea, doesn't it? It's such a beautiful thought. But here's the thing. As we're about to see, this isn't just poetry. For one of the most overlooked creatures on the entire planet, this is a straight-up biological fact. All right, so let's get into it. First up, the sky's tiniest navigator. We've got to figure out who this mysterious little guy is. I mean, who's out there using the heavens as its own personal GPS? Okay, just try to picture this for a second. You're in the middle of the vast, silent African desert at night. Look up, and the sky is just this incredible blanket of stars. Now, way down on the ground, a tiny little creature is doing something absolutely extraordinary. It's using the Milky Way itself to figure out where it's going. The difference in scale, I mean, it's mind-boggling. So that brings up the obvious questions, right? Who is this little cosmic traveler? And what in the world could it possibly be doing that it needs a navigation system that sophisticated? The answer? Well, it's probably not what you're expecting. All right, here we go. Meet the star of our show, the dung beetle. I know, probably not the glamorous hero you were picturing. But trust me on this, this little insect is an absolute navigational genius. So let's get to know them a bit. Their ability to adapt is just, wow, it's impressive. They're part of the Scarabaeidae family. They've got these tough-will exoskeletons, and they come in all sorts of colors, from just plain black to these amazing, shiny, metallic greens and blues. And get this, you can find them on every single continent except Antarctica. They're true global citizens, totally at home in everything from a burning hot desert to a dense forest. But okay, not all dung beetles are created equal. You've got your dwellers, they kind of just live right inside the dung pile. Then there are tunnelers, who bury it right there on this spot. But the ones we care about, the ones we're focusing on today, are the rollers. These guys are the real trailblazers. They shape the dung into a perfect little ball and then roll it away. And it's that whole rolling away part. That's where the magic, the cosmic navigation, comes in. Okay, so you're probably wondering, why go through all that trouble? Well, this next part explains the super high-stakes world these beetles live in. It is, quite literally, a race in the dark. I want you to imagine a fresh pile of dung. To a dung beetle, this is like a gold rush. It's a mad dash, dozens of them show up, and it is just absolute chaos. So once a beetle manages to make its little ball, the number one priority is to get away from all that competition as fast as beetly possible. And a straight line is the only way to make sure you get a clean getaway. And right there, that's the big problem. I mean, it's pitch black, there are no landmarks, so how do you stop yourself from just going around in circles? How do you avoid ending up right back in the middle of the chaos you just escaped? How on earth do you keep a perfectly straight line? Well, the answer, believe it or not, is literally written in the stars. This is nature's very own galactic GPS. Yep, that's the secret, the faint glow of the Milky Way. It's so simple, but at the same time, it's just so profound. The beetle looks up, finds that faint, hazy band of light from our own galaxy, and uses that to guide it. And get this, it's the only animal on Earth known to do this. It's incredible. So you might be asking, how does it actually see the galaxy? Well, it all comes down to this thing called polarized light. The easiest way to think about it is this. Normal light waves are vibrating all over the place, in every direction. Polarization basically lines them all up so they're oriented in one specific direction. The Milky Way puts out this really stable pattern of polarized light, and the beetle's special eyes can actually see it, like a giant, steady line painted across the sky. And scientists actually proved this with some really clever experiments. What they did was, they watched the beetles under a clear night sky, and sure enough, the beetle rolls its ball in an almost perfect straight line. But then, they blocked its view of the sky, and what happened? The beetle got totally lost. It just wandered around in circles. This proved that the Milky Way was its one and only reliable guide. So let's just break the whole process down. 4 simple steps. Step 1, secure the prize, the dung ball. Step 2, climb on top and get your bearings using the light from the Milky Way. Step 3, roll in a perfectly straight line. And step 4, escape the chaos and enjoy your hard-earned meal. It's so elegant and just unbelievably effective. Okay, so a beetle uses the stars to navigate. That's a super cool piece of trivia, right? But why does it actually matter? What's the bigger takeaway here? In this last section, let's zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture. And this quote, I think it really nails it. We have this idea that intelligence has to be about, big brains or complex problem solving. But the dung beetle completely turns that idea on its head. Its intelligence isn't about complexity. It's this incredibly elegant, perfectly evolved adaptation to solve a very specific problem in its environment. Just think about the difference for a second. For us to navigate, we had to build GPS, launch satellites, write complex code, a whole massive infrastructure. Nature's solution for the beetle? A pair of eyeballs, some starlight, and millions of years of fine-tuning through adaptation. It's just this powerful reminder of how stunningly efficient nature can be. And this isn't some new trick they just learned. We're talking millions of years. While our own species was just starting to figure things out, these little beetles were already looking up at the very same Milky Way we see tonight and using it as their map. They've been navigating by the stars for a length of time it's hard to even wrap your head around. And that just leaves you with this final kind of humbling thought, doesn't it? If a tiny, unassuming dung beetle is holding on to a secret this big, this cosmic, what else is out there? What other incredible marvels of nature are happening all around us every day, just waiting for us to notice? It definitely makes you look at the world and the night sky in a whole new way.